it's the classic problem of the visible problem and the invisible problem.
Yeah.
What we see, we can help you with.
Yeah.
Right. We know.
Right.
Because we can pinpoint. It's there. So we can do something about it. But what we can't see,
Yeah.
it's very difficult.
Uh,
It's very difficult to help with that when we can't see it. It 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 requires years of hard work, focus, reflection, self-analysis, journaling, self-reflection, self-authorship. It requires a lot of deep work. Because who are you angry with and why? In my life, there have been times when I have been angry with other people. And always, always, this anger comes from me. Now, maybe another person did something wrong. Maybe another person did something bad. Maybe they did something I don't like. Oh, okay. But I know it comes from me. Morally right or wrong, it comes from me. It comes from me. Now, a person can provoke me and do things that I don't like, but I can always choose to walk away. I can always choose to walk away. Now, sometimes in life you need to fight for things, but fighting is not always a physical process,
Yes.
because the greatest fight is in the human
Yeah.
mind. The greatest fight is in the human mind to process reality, to understand ourselves, to not hurt others, to be able to live with our own ego, which is this. Our ego is part of ourselves that can protect ourselves. It's the warrior spirit in the human, but it requires the understanding of a true warrior, which is that you spend your life in preparation for the war, but you don't spend your life fighting the war, right? You spend your life in preparation for things, and a lot of us are not ready for what
Yes.
to analyze ourselves and to look at ourselves and to question ourselves and it is very much an understanding of our own light side and our own dark side. Because everyone has some light and some darkness in them, and what they do with them and how they control them is up to them, and how much they understand of it is their choice also. Because we all get things wrong. We all get things wrong, and we have to live with that, and it's difficult. It's difficult. Now, there's a lot. So there's a lot happening in the mind that people don't really understand. That when you know what to look for, you can you can see, right? Because it becomes very slowly visible when you know what to look for. Like with anything, you spend a lot of time with a person, you can see something's not right in a certain way. And it's just like with any job that people do, you do something for years and years, you become an expert. You sort of that's the problem, and you know where to look and what to do and uh, and how to fix things. And I have a little bit of experience with that, and I think that I can see a lot, not everything, but I can see a lot of what is happening. And it's not all one person's fault, but you can only begin the process of healing when you understand that you are sick. Right? So it's only when you understand that you are sick that you go to the doctor. Oh, I'm sick. I will go to the doctor and I will ask the doctor for help. And maybe the doctor will or won't help me, right? That's not always possible. It's a long road. It's a long road. But it all begins with looking at yourself and saying, I'm not well, I'm not right. I need to work on myself. Yeah, I need to work on myself. I need to work on myself for myself, and I need to work on myself for all the people around about me as well, because that will help them. Because if I don't work on myself, I make more work for all these people around me. Like if in an office somebody does less work, then other people have to do more work. Right? So when we cannot see the problem within ourselves, then we begin to pull everyone and everything down. From our previous conversations, this is a reflection of examples of things that we talked about, right? Because if somebody doesn't do the work, everybody else has to do the work, right? It's just more for everybody else. So the question is, do you want to help people, or do you want to hinder? And hinder is the opposite of help. Yeah? Hinder means stop people from doing things. Do you want to help people to do things, or do you want to hinder people? And if you want to help people, you work on yourself to be better so that you can help them. Yeah. But if you don't work on yourself, if you stop, if you give up, then it becomes a problem for everybody. And we are all so sure that we are right. That it's a massive problem. From the people on the street to the people in the big offices and the towers and whatever.
Mhm.
We all
Mhm.
tend to think that we're right. And
Mhm.
there is an objective right. There's a scientific right. There is something which is right.
Mhm.
Um, and we can be right, but we always
Mhm.
need to check. We always need to check.
Right. Mhm.
Yeah?
Of course.
And it's a it's a difficult process. I mean, here's an example for you.
Mm.
I really like Donald Trump as a president. Okay,
Mm.
I really like him, but that might not be a good thing. Okay,
Okay.
but I can say that. Right? I can say that it might not
Mhm.
be a good thing. I can tell you that I like him. I can tell you why I like him. I tell you there's lots of
Mhm.
examples of things that he
Mhm.
has done that I think are fantastic. But maybe that's not a good thing. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
I'm not sure because maybe the system is designed for some people to like this person and some people to like this
Mhm.
person,
Mhm.
and it creates such opposites and such contrast that there will only be conflict.
Mhm. Conflict.
There will only be conflict, and I feel that, right? I really feel that because I'm very much like I really like Trump and I really hate Biden, but I'm not sure that that's a good place to be,
Mhm.
right? I think this person will be better than this person, but what do what what do I know,
Mhm.
right? What do I? Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I'm prepared to listen to objective argument and debate, and
Mhm.
maybe I will. I have to be open to change my opinion. Yeah. And then people will say, "Did you hear this about Trump?" And I will be like, "Oh no, that's new. That's new, and it's negative, and it's true because I've checked it." I'll be like,
Mhm.
"Okay, yeah, I can. Yeah, problem,
Mhm. Mhm. Yes,
Pro-
yes.
problem." So I can I can feel that within myself that sometimes sometimes when you are so sure that you are right, you are the most wrong person in the world. And I've made decisions like that in my past.
Mhm.
I think I need to do this. This is a great idea. Ah, no, no, it's not. Uh, darn it. Okay. There's
Oh,
a whole little list.
yeah.
This is a great idea. Oh, no, no, maybe it's not. Um, very often you don't know until you do something if it's a good idea or a bad idea. That's another one of the
Mhm.
problems.
Mhm.
Um, but we require this self-awareness, this self-knowledge. And that's why we can't point the finger at other people and say, this is because of you. What?
Mhm.
Okay, if it's because of me for being me, okay, guilty. I'm I'm me. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yes,
Mhm.
that's right. That's right. I'm sorry for being
Oh,
me.
difficult. Mhm.
So and and it, it's more complicated because because of a lot of things that I've talked about before. Look,
Mm.
you have
Mhm.
to be happy with what you have. You really have to be happy with what you have.
Mhm.
Because if you start looking for gold in your garden, it's like
Mhm. Mhm.
there's not going to be any gold in your garden. I'm sorry. You might find an old bone or an old key or something, but you're not going to dig up any gold there because you need to question, why am I looking for gold? What is this? What am I trying to do?
Mm.
What will that what will that affect? What will that change? What will that make better if I have a lot of gold? We're all looking for these strange dreams of freedom. I want freedom.
Mhm.
Really? You want complete freedom? Do you
Ah,
really want
freedom.
complete freedom? I mean, it's freedom is just another prison for a lot of people. Not for everybody, but for a lot
Mhm.
of people.
Yes. Mhm.
It is. Because everyone everyone knows that most of the time when you get what you want, you don't want it anymore.
Mm.
Right? I mean, I've lived that my whole life. It's my experience of my whole life.
Mm.
I wanted this bottle of water, but now I don't want it anymore.
Mhm.
Right?
Mm.
I wanted this roll of tape. Now I don't
Mhm.
want it anymore. Life is full of things that we think that we need, but we don't. This room is full of stuff. Do I need it? Not really. Don't really need it. Don't
Mm.
really need anything.
Mhm.
Right? What do?
Ah.
So, so, what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you want? People need to learn to communicate so much better about those things.